Welcome.
I'm trying to dance backwards.
I know.
So that because on my screen you're on my left, and so I'm trying to point at you, but I have to point right to point left.
Yep.
And I have to point back to point forward. I don't know.
Well, I'm Leah, and this is
Todd.
So, welcome. We kind of had a little mishap last week, but also please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and hit the notification bell to get notified when we go live. Because we're trying to kind of keep up this show here on every Friday for y'all. And we want y'all to watch and share it and bring your friends on too.
Yeah, we really hope that we're providing value, that we're a little comedy, a little positive vibe, and also some information that can help you do your job better and take care of and serve your clients better.
Grow your business. Yeah. So we kind of mentioned that we did come on last week. So some of you might have seen it. Some of you might not have seen it. So we're going to play a little clip for you here of what you might have seen or not seen.
The Vegas.
Vegas show.
We're in the airport in Vegas.
I'm Vegas.
I hope you can hear us because, there's background noise. We're in a busy airport. What do you want from my...
Hello.
Hashtag live fail, right? Partially my fault, partially his fault. So we apologize if you weren't watching and then we're like, what is happening? Because we were trying to make this cool and come from the airport and be like on stream. It was cool.
It was so fun because we were so tired. And we were so exhausted from the week, and we decided to make this fun thing in the middle of the airport. And actually that sound wasn't bad. We weren't really hearing the backup. It has a filter on it, that Karen's little mic. And, I'm going to make a proposed settlement and not admit to any guilt at all.
I'm going to go and take that for the team because I did.
Because you assaulted me? You assaulted me?
No, I was actually just putting you where you needed to be, actually. And so I was raising you up, if you would like to say it like that.
You raised me up.
Exactly. So I was helping you grow at that moment, but then you clicked the button off. So technically it was your fault. I might have had a little part in that. And we really did have a lot of great things to say. And that's why we're going to share it today with you. And I'm in a whole different location. I'm in Seguin.
It was your idea to highlight Vegas and our R4 experience on this show, because we didn't get to do that in the airport. Well, we did, but we didn't. But it was cool because we interviewed people. We just found random people like Scott and Rome.
I interviewed people, and it was a great interview. It really was. It was a great idea. He got up and interviewed everyone, and I really wish y'all could have heard it and seen it, but we're here now. So we're going to recap R4.
Yes.
Live again. We're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, totally.
All right. So real quick, Leah, I wanted to just talk about some non-real estate stuff about it. Just Vegas in general, like my take. The weather was amazing. And we walked about 20,000 steps a day.
For real. Like my hips.
We stayed in the Mandalay Bay, which is that big gold one, real close to the airport. And it's right next to the football stadium and where the Raiders play. And so that was kind of cool because it kept me awake at night. It was so bright with all its LED lights on the outside and stuff. But we never had to leave the hotel.
No.
We were the convention and all the restaurants and fun things to do. Pretty much you could stay in that hotel for 4 days and never leave.
Yeah.
We did choose to leave a couple times because if you know anything about Vegas, coffee, like Starbucks coffee is $7 for a small. And so I would get up every morning because we were on Texas time in our minds and our brains. And so I would wake up at 5 a.m. and start walking the streets. I would literally right across the street from the hotel, across Las Vegas Boulevard, was a little gas station kind of grocery. It reminded me of a Stripes or a 7-Eleven or a Valero. And I was able to get a pretty decent cup of coffee for $2. And I would load up on bottled water that for $2. It was cool. That was and the lady that worked there, she got to know me after a couple of days, and we would ask how our kids are doing, and it was fun. So that was my deal, and I'm so excited for next year.
Yeah, it was so fun. I didn't really leave the hotel except for that one time when we went to go out to eat. But we actually found, last year was a little bit more expensive, I think, on the food, but this year we found this amazing little, restaurant, I guess, cafe. It was called Citizens. It was at the Mandalay Bay, and everyone in my group that was with us absolutely loved the food, and it was very affordable. So if you're ever at the Mandalay Bay again, check out Citizens. I will, hands down, it was really good food and reasonably priced for Vegas food.
Yeah. When I was 20 years ago, my wife grew up in California. When they were in high school and college, they would go to Vegas because they didn't have any money. And so they would drive to Vegas and eat the $5 buffet and stay for $25. That doesn't exist anymore. Vegas is now Disneyland, and get ready.
I don't think I saw a buffet in this hotel. The last hotel we stayed at last year, I saw buffets, but I did not see one this year.
Yeah. But, and so the convention next year is in January, back to our normal scheduled time.
February.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, February 25th, not January. Right. Sorry. I wrote down the wrong name. Yeah. So it's a month earlier, which is cool. The weather's a little cooler. But it's in the same hotel. So now we know the lay of the land. Right. And we had 13 people there from our office, which is a record for RE/MAX Go. And next year I want to double that number because it was so fun to meet up and sit together and laugh together. And at night we would go and we found this place. It was like remember Rhythm and Riffs or something. And it was kind of like a bar in the middle of the casino, and it had live music. And on, I think it was Wednesday night, after the awards ceremony, we decided to go there, and we were so disappointed they didn't have live music. So I had brought my Bluetooth speaker, and I ran upstairs and grabbed my Bluetooth speaker, and like 10 of us sat in a big circle and had a Bluetooth speaker, and Rome Gregorio was the DJ, and he was playing live music that we were all chilling to. And that was one of the most fun times I had there, just hanging out and becoming friends with Jason and Melinda Barth and Jane and Rome and Scott and Karen and everybody. It was just cool. So we made our own little backyard party in that place. It was cool.
Yeah, super fun. Sorry if y'all can hear the noise. There's agents coming in and out of the office, going to closings and all kinds of
busy Seguin office.
It's that busy Seguin time right now. So yeah, and I definitely will say, of course, yes, we were with RE/MAX, and R4 is amazing if you ever get the opportunity to go. But also, too, just going to conventions and networking with everyone, that is what it's about, and that's building a referral business. So if you get a chance to go to any convention this year, go. Take the time, invest in yourself, and go.
Can I piggyback on that?
Sure.
The last day, I have a stack of business cards, and I was also able to connect with people through their phones and QR codes and things like that. There was this one guy, and he just looked really cool. He had a long beard. He kind of looked like maybe he was in special forces or something. And so I asked him, I was like, dude, were you in the military? And he said, no, but I live out in the woods in Colorado. And his team is something about like high Colorado, like Mile High team, whatever.
Okay.
Kind of a double entendre there joke. Yeah. And but he was super nice. And he and I have been emailing since I got back. He just gave a referral to an agent in Buda, Texas. Oh, and he said, man, if I'd known you 2 weeks ago, you would have got that referral. So now we're connected, and he's going to send me any referrals for Central Texas, and I'm going to send him anything for Colorado. So that's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Building those relationships. Jason and Melinda were like artists. Everywhere they went, they were like, let's talk. Florida, okay, come on, let's sit down, let's have lunch, let's talk about it.
I was kind of like, okay, like quit networking and come sit with me and let's have fun. I was like, I'm doing that. Like we're here to, build our relationships too. I was kind of getting a little jealous. Not even
funny. That's funny that you noticed that too. It's like, I thought y'all were here with us, but they're like, we're making money, man. We're here to make money.
Or what? But no, I get it. That's what you're there for. They can, of course,
that's what you're there for. Yeah.
Yes. Build your business, grow. So
okay. I'm sorry. I was going to say the other reason we were there was to learn, right?
Yeah. Yes. That was number one, hands down. Education, of course. Besides some networking. Yeah. I'm going to say education. So yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your R4 takeaway? What was the best part about R4? Yes. Besides the cool gas station that you went to, all those things. I think you already talked about it last week, but we're going to replay this because, people.
Yeah, because I have so many that were so amazing.
Well,
I think for just one, if I had to pick just one, the thing that really like opened up the top of my brain, like, oh my goodness, I hadn't thought about it that way, was something Jared James said. He was one of the coaches that was there, and he talked about something that Leah's talked about a lot, but video and social media and just tips on how to do that better and how to do it at a higher level for today. What matters today for getting algorithms and likes and all that. And he quote this quote I took from him, and it said, "Real estate doesn't need branding. I need branding." And what he meant by that was, you see a lot of realtors, and it's not like it's a bad thing to post a picture of a house just sold, just listed, or open house coming. There's nothing wrong with that. But the dominant amount of video shorts and reels that you should be doing are letting people get inside of who you are, because they want to work with somebody. They're going to respond and like and watch a little longer and maybe share somebody they like. And so if you see an agent out there on video on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok being silly, or walking through a park in their town, or showing a new restaurant, or playing with their kids, or talking about something that means a lot to them, or educating you on how a house is built, or how the inspection process works, or overcoming objections, or overcoming problems with their client, any kind of stuff like that, that's what they're doing. They are saying, look, I am a human being named Todd, and I'm really good at what I do. And I'm also kind of fun, and I'm into these things. And it's kind of cool that I have this Mustang, or I sing this group, or I go to this church, or whatever it is. And so people will tag onto that and go, oh, this guy, I could work with that guy because he gets me. And so I'm branding. Real estate doesn't need branding. Everybody knows what houses are. Everybody knows that there is real estate out there. What I need to let them know is I am Todd, and I do real estate, and I can help you. And so if that just connects with you, that connected with me. Real estate doesn't need branding. I need branding.
Yes. I love that short answer that you gave. It was wonderful. My short answer.
You didn't say it had to be short.
I think I did mention it, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll let you roll with it. So mine takeaway was, of course, Buffini. And I'm going to talk about some secrets to Instagram that we did learn also as well here in a little bit. But I loved the Buffini presentation. He's a great speaker. He's a great motivator. I teach his classes at our office. We have always had great success with his classes and the systems that he uses. And he even said, he's the OG, he's the original. All of these new guys that are coming out, they're basically stealing his stuff and rebranding it to them, which, hey, whatever. But he's the OG. So we got to give him props, and, when props are due. So there you go. But he had a lot of slides, a lot of statistics, a lot of things that, of course, made sense that we needed to know going forward. And my takeaway was the millennials that were purchasing homes this year, that age group. that we're going to be buying or just moving out of the house at 26 or 27 years old. And then up to, I think, 35 is purchasing right now. And so how to really target yourself and get in front of the millennials, how to have a conversation with them. Those kind of things were my huge takeaway from it. So
thank you for that short answer, Leah.
it was a shorter answer than yours. But yeah, I try to sum it up real quick for sure.
Yeah, it's hard because you can talk for, have you ever seen that Facebook post? Like, what could you talk for 30 minutes about without studying, right? Or that, right. It'd be referral maker. It'd be building a business using referrals.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I do have some secrets I can talk about if you're cool with that.
Secrets?
Secrets, yeah.
Not the one I told you. You can't tell anybody.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So we did have another awesome class with Pinky Sue Benson. You don't know who that is? Look her up on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know if she does that, but she does have Pink. And she is just an amazing speaker. She has a really good story that she shares. She hasn't been doing real estate that long. Like, I think it's less than 10 years. And so she is the #1 agent in Florida, Naples, Florida. And she built her business off of Instagram. And she shares the secrets, right? And so she gives all of that. We are going to have classes on all of this as well. But some secrets for your Instagram pages or your videos that will blow up is when you are announcing that you're doing a video. So your tagline, your headline, all of those things, or the words that you're putting across the banner could be, I have a secret to tell you in real estate. So not just, hey, I have a new listing. I have a secret about this new listing coming up, right? Instead of saying coming soon or just listed. I have an exclusive on the real estate market. Those are key words that you can be using. I have a confession. Like, I'm going to listen if somebody said that. I have a confession. I am going to play video, right? So good. And then 2 more are revealed or reveal, and then unseen. So not seen before, or unseen this, or just awesome keywords that you can be using in your everyday video that will boost your Instagram, or of course TikToks, or your Facebook Reels if you're doing Facebook too. So just some fun little secret Instagram hacks that I learned for everyone to use.
That's really awesome. Can I attach to that train real quick?
You can. Get on. Let's go.
So Jared James was talking, that made me remember something that Jerry James was talking about in that same speech when he was talking about Instagram and stuff. He said, like, if you're struggling with or how to really hit the algorithm, understand Facebook and Instagram's algorithm, you can go on your PC and open up, I think it's Google, and you search a question, like 5 things first-time homebuyers want to know, or something like that. And then it'll tell you, like, right underneath that, the most search phrases for that. And you probably already knew this because you teach this kind of stuff. And you can basically use that as the title of your thing. And so you know that it gets a lot of hits because it's the title people are looking for.
People are already searching. Right. Yeah, researching that. So
there's a way, I think if you go on YouTube, and I think maybe on your computer, and you search that same thing, you can see over on the right the most searched videos, and it'll give you ideas. It's so funny. He taught us how to use the green screen feature in Reels, and he uses Instagram for all videos for all platforms because he likes the video format of Instagram better. And so he'll like use a picture, like he'll screenshot an ad from, CNN that's something controversial or whatever, controversial. And then he'll screenshot that. He'll use that as the green screen. Then he's in front of the green screen, and then he can go, look at this. Compass settles for $55 million. What do you think about this? And it'll get that, for some reason, gets him. And then once he gets certain videos that are trending,
Yeah.
and blown up, then he'll boost only those. And that way he's only boosting the ones that are kind of going viral anyway. That was interesting. So I basically, it piqued, I guess it was just enough to pique my interest on, okay, I've been putting this thing off, this video thing and this Instagram thing. And so I went to a concert Saturday night in San Antonio, and I started taking pictures with my buddies. And then I opened up Instagram, I created a reel, and I started adding those pictures to the reel. Like,
wow, who are you?
Who am I?
I don't know.
So I think that's a fun way. If you're nervous about it, start practicing at family events or just sitting around the house and just go boom, 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 and then start putting them together. You can move them around. You can do different effects. And it's just like anything else. And if you'll start using it, you'll get better at it.
For sure. And green screen is great, especially if you're nervous about talking on video, or you don't have that part down, or you just don't want to be in the video, period. Then take a video of the listing or wherever you're at, the park or whatever. Yeah, and then don't talk. Just take the video and then use that as your green screen, the video, and then you're going to talk once it comes on. And so just kind of like Scott has said before, pointing to the cabinets, like, oh yeah, these are soft close cabinets, or these are your oak cabinets. And so you can kind of make the video as you're in the screen, and you'll see people like duck out. I can't do it here. Can I?
Yeah.
Duck out of the screen a little bit. Sometimes they do it on purpose. Sometimes they're just, the green screen is messing with them, but you get a lot more views that way. So
yeah, who knew?
It works, folks. It works.
Awesome.
Well, what you got?
Well, I think we could go on and on and on about education that we learned there. Sure. Get out of your comfort zone. You can there was a lot of talk about the NAR stuff going on, and a lot of like, just keep your head up, articulate your value, be ready to have as many conversations as you can with buyers and sellers and family and friends about what's going on, and just fine tune your script on how to respond to someone, not on Facebook. Jared James was real clear, and I think Buffini too, like, get off of Facebook, quit talking about NAR, quit trying to defend real estate, because people are knee-jerk reacting to the CNN headline or the Fortune headline or the New York Times headline. And you know what? It's not worth fighting it, because the more we fight it like that in public, it's going to stay a thing. Was it Jared James in his second speech that said, Michael Jackson died and it was news for one day or something like that. Right. Like, that news cycle will go away and it'll get replaced by the next Ukraine thing or the next, whatever thing. So we don't need to stir the fire. We just need to talk, because guess what? I'm not selling houses in New York. I'm not selling houses in Chicago. I'm selling houses in Central Texas. Mm-hmm. And I want to make sure that the 20 or 30 people that I want to sell a house to this year understand my value and know what I'm doing. Yeah. I can't control the rest of the world, right? I'm going to focus on being as good as I can for my people right now here. And then I'm not overwhelmed by the whole big thing.
Just do your job. Learn your contracts. Represent your clients to the highest standard possible. Get your referrals. Don't worry about the noise. Cancel it out. If agents are leaving in the business, okay, that's their choice. That doesn't mean that the whole industry is going to fail. They're going to leave, and they have other things that is in God's plan for them. So your plan is to learn as much as you can, educate yourself, and know your buyer rep like nobody's business, that kind of thing.
Okay. That reminds me, I was talking to another agent from another office a couple of days ago, and they just went through that ABR class that NAR is offering for free.
Yes.
And he didn't really need to take it. He felt like he's a pretty good realtor, but it was a good refresher for him. And so if you've seen that email, if not, we can send it out again. NAR is offering the ABR certification for free.
For free, yeah.
And as you can imagine, they spend a bulk of the time on the buyer rep agreement, right? Yes. They want to help you prepare for that. He said one of the things that struck him, there were like 30,000 people on the Zoom. Yeah, it was annoying. But he said there were so many agents that don't know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
He said it was scary. People are like, well, wait a minute. So you're saying that when I represent a seller and a buyer, I'm not supposed to do that? like that kind of stuff. And he was like, I'm horrified that there are people like that in our industry. So I think that the cream will rise to the top. And if you've been doing this a while and you're doing it right way and you're ethical, you're going to be okay. Just keep doing what you do, and don't worry about what's falling by the wayside. If somebody was going to retire next year anyway, fine, bye. If they were going to, if they just got in the industry a month ago and they're not excited about learning how to be really good right away, bye. If they're part-timer, do one deal a year on purpose because they're too busy, bye. And it's okay. Go do what you do and what you love and be successful. We that are still here in a year are the ones that know what we're doing, and we're not panicking, and we love our clients, and we have an obsession to serve them at a high level.
Right. For sure. Yeah. Just be better. Do you be better?
Do you?
All right. Do you, boo? Let's talk about what's happening.
Yeah.
We've got some big stuff happening, especially for those that are watching here live in Central Texas area. But of course, all over, everywhere. But I think Junction maybe is the biggest place to see the solar eclipse that is happening. So that, for those that don't know, they're living under a rock. It's this coming Monday. And here in Central Texas, I think you said the time was like 12-ish?
Yeah, about 12:30-ish.
12:30? Okay.
Yeah. And so, people are traveling from all over the country, east and west of that center line. It kind of starts it comes from South Texas, goes all the way up through the kind of northeast. And so everybody on the edges are coming into the middle to try to get into the path of totality, they call it. And it's where they can see the most total eclipse. Because even where I'm sitting right now in New Braunfels and where you're sitting in Seguin, we're kind of on the outer edge of totality. Right. But I could drive 20 minutes northwest of here towards the lake and be in that path of totality. So it's pretty cool. It's just weird to think that they're saying, like, go to H-E-B and get plenty of groceries on this week, because otherwise you're not gonna they're gonna be overrun with people and I don't know, maybe so.
I get it. But yes, go get your groceries, get gas. I heard that one today. We actually did a solar pop-by class at Old Republic Title today in Seguin at TKG Homes. It was an amazing class because we got to take our pop-bys and make and take them, so solar glasses, and we can go give those out to our clients. So we also have some agents here at the office who just opened the doors and started giving away their glasses, like, come and get it. And so that's kind of cool because it is a big ordeal. It is a big event. Schools are closing, not my school, but other schools are closing. My kids will be in school. So, make a big deal about it, but that's something that you can socially post about. It's not necessarily real estate, but it is industry news. It is industry news too. It's just what's happening, and you can be the local expert knowing where to get the glasses, because there's going to be some people on Friday who are like, where do I get the glasses?
That's what I did last partial eclipse. I was like, duh, should have gotten glasses, And
like, where do I get it? So be the person that knows where to get the glasses, or who has extra glasses, or go to Amazon right now and go buy a whole bunch of glasses.
I should have had glasses on for this. We could have put them on right now. Don't you have some right there?
I left them. They're in my car. I left them.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm slacking. But it was a really cute pop-by class. It's always fun to do those. So thank you, Old Republic, for hosting that for us. It was very fun. So.
Very cool. I want to tell you about an app that I downloaded. A friend of mine is a real weather nerd, and he traveled all the way to Yellowstone for a lunar eclipse over there like 5 years ago or something. So he's one of those crazy people that travels across the country to be. And so there's this app called Totality that he told me about. So if you click on if you just go in your app store and search Totality, it's a free, very simple app, and you hit start and you just go to your location, like with Google Maps, and you just point to your location. It'll tell you exactly what time. It'll tell you exactly how you fit in that line of totality.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. There's a blue line in the center that is like the dead center line. It goes through like Kerrville Junction, parts of Dallas. It goes through Dallas, and so wherever you are, it'll tell you how far away you have to drive to get in the path, right? And so it's kind of neat. And you could share that on social, and your friends will appreciate that. Yeah,
it's a good idea. What's the name of it?
Totality. It's right there on the screen, and I'm gonna put it in the chat too. Totality app.
Awesome. All right. Well, what's the industry news that we have going on?
All right. Industry news. You know, it's so funny because you hit on this earlier with what Buffini told us. So I was doing some research about. I like to bring positive energy to the industry, right? Because there's enough negativity.
No negativity. We have enough of that going around.
Yeah.
No, we're not vacuums.
This is a positive vibe. Positive people live longer. So I just wanted to highlight some positive things that will help me and you in our business. 38% of all home buyers in 2023 were millennials. That means they were born from 1980 to 1998.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Me. Yeah.
That's my kid. So you're in the millennials. So are my kids, who are quite a bit younger than you. But that's a 18-year.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out a way to say that without making it sound like I was low key insulting you. I wasn't.
1980 is the best year ever. So, you know.
Yeah. So you're an older millennial, I guess is what they call you. Right?
Okay. Again. Yeah. We're good. Okay.
I decided might as well go all in at that point.
Might as well.
Well, I'm a Gen Xer, so 32% of all buyers in 23 were first-time home buyers. Right. So like a third of the buyers are millennials, and a third of the buyers are also first-time home buyers. A lot of those are the same people, right? And so I like to think of like the pyramid, and at the bottom of the pyramid are the largest number of buyers. And so as I continue, so my point is that if you're marketing, you want to be marketing to the largest number of people, right? Not the smallest number of people. So, you know, you wouldn't do anyway, you get the point. So, and both of those, here's a fact that both of those trended higher in 23 than 22. And we know that the difference between 22 to 23 interest rates went higher in 23, right? But yet millennials weren't scared to buy. They still see it as a good long-term value. They still see it as something they want or need to do, which is great. Now, here's another one that we don't always hear. 45% of all sellers in 2023 were baby boomers. So baby boomers were born between 1946 and 1964. So those are like not me, Leah, not me.
I was gonna make a comment. Don't worry.
I know. I can see it on your face. You wanted to know that. No, I was born in 71, so I'm an older Gen Xer. But yeah, so that makes sense, right? Boomers, they're in their 70s, and I think I heard Tanya say something about boomers. Like every day, 10,000 of them turn 65, or 100,000 of them turn 65. Some number that I don't have right in front of me, but it's a big number. So what do people that are older do? They sell their home. Yeah. Right. They want to downsize, or they want to go live in the RV, or go in the condo, or move in with their kids and help with all that. So it's like some people have called it the great distribution of wealth, because all of these home buyers, that all these home owners that have all this equity, they're now ready to sell to this next generation and pass on that wealth, and then they're going to take their money and run. And so we have this collision of boomers and millennials and Zs. And so we should be marketing to boomers for listings. We should be marketing to millennials and Gen Z for buyers. So that's a different demographic that you're going to market differently to. You're not going to find the boomers on TikTok. You're going to find the Gen Z and the millennials on TikTok and Graham. And then if you go, so how are you marketing to the boomers? Direct mail, Facebook, door knocking, And I remember hearing in the very first social media class I ever went to, it was like 10 years ago, maybe longer. And the girl said, she, at the time, I think Instagram had just kind of come out, and I don't think TikTok was even a thing. And she said, if you see your grandma on Facebook, your kids aren't there anymore. So as soon as grandma gets on Facebook and says, okay, I got this all figured out, kids are gone to the next to Snapchat or whatever, right? So grandmas can't keep up with it. So if you're looking for grandmas that want to sell their house, you're not going to find them on the latest and greatest. You're going to find them. So market to your people, right? To your demographic. Like
but you might find their kids, and their kids might refer to grandma.
Sure, absolutely. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but from a specific targeting. And that what it made me think of was we should do one of our next shows should be a deep dive on the different generations and how they buy and how they sell. You and I can do we can do some research together. Our crack team of researchers, get them all together. We put together some no kidding, really good ways to market to each generation.
I love that, Todd.
I'm certified as a senior real estate specialist. I went through that class a while back, right? And that's most of what we talked about was the difference in generations, because there's still some silent generations. That's the ones older than the boomers that were born in the 30s and 40, like up to 1945, which my dad's about turned 80. So the older or the youngest silent generation guys are in their 80s now, and they're still there and they still have a house.
Didn't your dad just buy a house like a couple of years ago?
Yeah. On stilts with the first floor is on stairs. Like, what are you doing?
Perfect sense. So, they're still out there.
He's going to have to sell that pretty soon. So I'm going to find a way to market to him.
Or it would be generational wealth, and then he could pass it down later, go buy another house. Yeah. All those things. Well, awesome. Well, it was great hanging out with you from another city today.
Yeah. I mean, it's not quite as fun as being next door because you can't hit me. But I think I just like you. And it's fun to talk to you, and you cracked me up. And so I don't care if anybody ever watches these shows. It's fun to do them with you.
It's so fun to do live. Yes, we get to do live at Remax Go together.
To do live at Remax Go together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. All right. We will see y'all next Friday. Have a great Friday, and have a wonderful solar eclipse if you're having a party. Bye, guys.